Welcome back to Get Into It with Jason Hook, with me, your host, Jason Hook. And here we are, episode 50. And I'm getting texts, but I'm going to ignore them because I'm here for you. Only took, 2 years for 50 episodes. I know I've had some lags here and there. Busy guy. But, let's get into it. What we're listening to is Maniac War Insanity. I believe I talked about this record before. I owned it on cassette. This was just recently pressed on vinyl. It was on my doorstep 20 minutes ago. So, it's fresh heat for you guys. Fresh heat for my fans. New Age Records out of California pressed this onto vinyl. This is a Western Mass band. Members of Restraining Order are in this band, who are on tour now. So if you watch this and you look up Restraining Order, check them out. Different sound than this band, but you'll dig them. Insert here, you get the logo. That's awesome. Knife and a dove. That is sick. They had a shirt of this. I didn't get one. But they're playing again soon, so I'm going to try to get one. Lyrics on the back here, band photos. So like I said, these guys are out of Western Mass. What you get here, in my opinion, is a super dark, heavy, Japanese Cleveland influence hardcore. Scream vocal, discharge-esque sound. It's just great stuff. It's not your traditional Youth Crew sing-along figure-point hardcore. It's dark, it's heavy, and I fucking dig it. And I was stoked when I saw it on vinyl. And like I said, this is out. Literally got on my doorstep today. I got home from work. I got the cool one that you can't see. It's on vinyl. It has the 77. New Age Records puts out a certain press for every record they do. There's only 77 of them, and it's a certain color center label. So I got that one because I'm a dork. But again, that's Maniac War Insanity. Get it now because it's out. Next, I have 3 records here from the same label. The first one here is the Raw Power demo, right here. Ugly Pop just recently repressed this. I ordered the 3-pack. So I've talked about Raw Power on here before. An Italian punk hardcore band from the early 80s. It's funny because today's actually the anniversary of a tour they did with a famous show out in Western Massachusetts where they played with, I'm going to say their name wrong, Racetite? I know I'm going to fuck that up. Whoops. But yeah, I saw a bunch of people I know who live out in Western Mass are hardcore historians posting pictures of the tickets for that. But that was today, 30 years ago? Maybe 40 years ago. No, it's 30. Do I look like weird? Should I look at this or should I look right at the camera? Anyways, so this is the demo. This was originally on a tape, so what you get here, they pressed it on vinyl. It's definitely a tape onto vinyl. Pressing, but I didn't expect anything different. This is Italian punk, hardcore punk, definitely in the vein of the American sound, fast. If you love early 80s HC, the early 80s international HC, this is kind of the American sound and the international sound jammed together. It's really cool shit. God, I love this record. I'm not dudes in the band. If you watch this, I know Keith. I love this band. So it's on white vinyl. What you got here is you got the Ugly Pop 45. I really like how he just didn't do simple labels on this. Lots of art and effort put into it. An 83 demo. But this is just fast early 80s hardcore. I think this might be sold out. If it's not, the white vinyl might be sold out. But if this itself isn't sold out, I'm telling you right now, go get it. You won't regret it. That's the Raw Power, the 83 demo, and Ugly Pop. The next thing is, like I said, these X3 came as a package, or I ordered them as a package. Is the Plasticheads LP. Self-titled LP. No, Nowhere to Run. This is also on Ugly Pop. This is a newer band out of Canada. Ugly Pop is Canadian-based. This is a newer band out of Canada. Let's look down real quick because I wrote down something. So this is like I'll tell you right now my notes. Plasticheads, Nowhere to Run, Ugly Pop, Toronto, new band, super fast, garage punk, shit rips. That's a Jason note. But yeah, this is like a garage punk band, snotty garage, fast, fucking crazy shit out of Canada. I was pleasantly surprised. I definitely thought when I listened to this it might be an older band that, like, an unearthed tape, which we'll do in a minute, which we'll call up next. But no, this is new. But I definitely check this out. I believe these sold real quick too. But you get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a 10-song banger right here. I don't know if this band will ever tour. I didn't really do a lot of research on who was in it, if it's a side project, but Plasticheads, check it out. You dig that, you know, if you guys watch my channel, you know I teeter punk and hardcore in the mix, in the 77, in the garage. And this kind of has a little bit of everything in it. Check it out. Ugly Pop rules too. And the final thing from Ugly Pop is this unearthed Canadian band called Micro Edge. This actually came at the back here. So this is recordings from 1983, I believe. Yeah, these are 1983. This obscure 1980s Canadian punk, heavily in skateboard influence. Great shit. And the Rob, not as distorty as Raw Power, like fast as Raw Power, but great, just great punk. Great early 80s punk rock. It also came with 2 zines. I believe this one might be the repress. Yeah, one's a repress of a zine they did, Bong Out, which is full of like just cartoons about skateboarding and articles about skateboarding in Canada. Dorked out on this, you know I dig that shit. Came with a flyer for a show here with Clint Eastwood on it. More Clint Eastwood on flyers, guys. I mean, I know it's 2019. He's still a piece of shit. I once wanted to make a flyer on him just talking to the empty chair, if you guys know what I'm talking about. It was the dumbest thing I ever saw in my life. But anyways, off politics into punk. And then on the inside, it actually had a new copy of Bong Out, the 2019 version of Bong Out. Same thing. This is just fucked up and photocopied, if you will. But it's about skateboarding. There's a skateboarding locals only crossword here. I think it's punk and skateboarding. Toronto vert legend got a pro Vans model in 1997. Last name. Canadian skateboard shop abbreviation. Purple boards and short hair band. Band that played the Danforth, O'Keefe, CNE, and MLG. Initials for local pioneer of the laminated skate deck. So it's just stuff like that, but this is cool. There's a little on the back here, nothing from a member of the band. I believe one of the members passed away. Was it the singer? Bring it down. I'm an idiot. Anyways, it might have been the singer. But he passed away, so it's dedicated to the memory of Reed English. Rest in peace. I can just look on the back of the record here. And then there's a little, like, you know, little thing here, an Ugly Pop thanks list. Did I get this on Hip Cool Collector Vinyl? Most likely I did. That's what I did. Nope, it's black vinyl. Same thing, they got center labels here. Nope. But it's just fast American skate punk. I was pleasantly surprised with how good it was. I'm not trying to sell you guys a bill of sale here. I really dug this. I listened to it 4 or 5 times in a row. The guitar player, Reed, passed away. These photos are from the 80s. He passed away, I believe, not that, a few years ago. But, like, you know, you get 16 songs on here. If you dig the American stuff, if you dig all 3 of these records, are all in the same vein. A little bit of twist. A little bit of twist and turn, but the same kind of vein of punk and hardcore. So you got Micro Edge, the 83 demo from Canada. The new Plasticheads record, Nowhere to Run. And then the Raw Power demo. All came out at the same time on Ugly Pop. I believe if they're not available from Ugly Pop, which I'll put a link below, they should be available in distros, so just find them online. But I'll grab all 3 because all 3 are must-haves. Next, a record store day find. Adrenaline OD, Let's Barbecue. This came out on Beer City Records. This was a Record Store Day special release that I didn't even know I found the day after Record Store Day in a bin, so I grabbed it. This is early U.S. punk from New Jersey. This is the A-side is the repress of the 1983 demo, and the B-side is it's a 1983 record, and the B-side is a 1982 demo bonus tracks. Again, in the same ilk of, you know, Microblade, Plasticheads, and Raw Power. This is just fast early American sound, except Raw Power's from Italy. It came in this cool package. You get a centerfold here with all a collection of photos. I would say these guys are a little bit more melodic-y based than just fast, but still fast. But it's not like, you know, the Gangrene where it's like these. I think these songs have a little more structure to them, if you will. But what you get here, you get the sleeve here. You got a little written thing from Dave Scott and Bruce George. back here, you got the lyrics, song titles and lyrics. I really dug this right here where it said, recorded in 15 minutes, all mistakes are guaranteed, left intact. Special thanks to Bruce Wingate for being there when we needed him most. This record is dedicated to you. And I believe it's just black vinyl. Let's see if there's any certain special center. No, it's just like a general 1982 bonus. You can see look how much is on there. The grooves there. But I'm a big early 80s American guy. I dabble my toes in the UK 82 a little bit. I dig that stuff, but my bread and butter was really the early US stuff. So when I saw this, it was a record store day release. If you watch my last video, I didn't really go out for record store day. I went out that night, but it was really unrelated to record store day. I was meeting up with some people. I think I went to a show. And then the next day I met up with a friend for dinner, and I actually bought almost everything I was looking for RSD the next day, because I'm not going to wait in a line, and a lot of the shit I straight up just don't care about unless it's something crazy, and I don't even care about that because I know I'm going to end up getting it because, I'm a dude and I got hot connections, or I just collect and I usually find the stuff. But anyways, that's Adrenaline OD, Let's Barbecue. It's the EP on the A side and a 1982 demo on the B side. Same in the ilk of the three of the four records I've shown you. The early 80s American mashup punk sound, American hardcore, if you will. Next, I have this weird Joe Strummer record of Joe Strummer and the Mescaleros. Everyone knows Joe Strummer's from the Clash. I picked this up for really cheap. It says $9.99. I think it was in a bin that had a percentage off. It was at a Newbury Comics in Norwood, and this was like months ago with my friend Jay. What's up? If you're watching, Jay Epidemic. What's up? So sure. So we got here 2 LPs. This was actually done as a benefit for striking firefighters in November of 2002. The thing about this record that's interesting is, so I'll tell you one thing and then I'll tell you another. Joe Strummer played one more show after this before he passed away. So this is his second to last show. It's fully recorded. Mick Jones was in the audience and supposedly was invited up on stage and play songs with Joe Strummer. So it wasn't really a full Clash reunion, but he came up and played some Clash songs. So you got Bank Robber, White Riot, and London's Burning with Mick Jones. Also, Coma Girl, I Fought the Law, Police and Thieves, Cooling Out, Police on My Back, and Johnny Appleseed, which is sides C and D on here. It's all live, so like the encore is all of Mick Jones and some other Clash songs on here. But the thing is, on this, I have 2 C and Ds. I do not have an A and B. So I couldn't tell you what the rest of the record sounded like. I didn't realize that's why I listened to it. But it's very minimal packaging here. So I don't know I didn't really look up if this was like something that was just pushed out so people can have, record the last Joe Strummer recording, but this is literally all it was. So I don't even know if it was a sleeve and maybe it got wet. I don't know what's going on. $9.99 for 2 LPs marked down. So I don't know. I've never seen it before. I never really looked for it before. I was just looking to spend some money because I'm an idiot. I hate, money is evil and I hate it and I like to spend it. But it was cool. I'm a Clash fan. I'm not a Clash mega fan. I know there's some people there who think they're the band. I can listen to them, dig them, but I don't think they're not one of my favorites. But something like this I couldn't pass up for the price. If anyone else has this, did you do the same thing where it's 2 C and Ds and not an A and B? Was a whole press like that? Was this a massive mistake? I was going to look it up, but I'd rather just talk to people about it. So that's Joe Strummer, his second to last show, benefit show for striking firefighters. Plus DJs, film, and comedy as well. I think it was less than a month after this he passed. Maybe he played one more show, which was kind of like a chill little acoustic thing. I don't think it was a show. He just kind of showed up. But I'm going to flip this record real quick. Making good time today, guys. Again, what we're listening to is Maniac War Insanity. Next I have something different than what we've been listening to. This is the Royal Hounds. This is called God Test the Royal Hounds. This is actually a test press of an LP which just recently came out. I don't even know if it's 100% out yet. I know it's out for pre-order. They're doing a little tour, I think, that starts this week too. So Google them, man. Look them up. What's this? Oh, another message from someone. Someone asked me. Actually, it's Jay Yetman. What's up, man? It's Jay Epidemic asked me if I bought a record. I'll check this after the video. But anyways, it's on Oy the Boat and Contra Records. This is 9 of number 34. This is a test press of I believe the record's going to be is called "God Bless the Royal Hounds." God Test the Royal Hounds. And this was sold at a Last Rites when Last Rites were united a few months ago at the Middle East upstairs. Look familiar? Should. That's some Andy Fletcher artwork. Big fan. And you guys watch the channel, I always praise him up. But this is cool. So this actually comes with a picture. Again, more Andy Fletcher artwork. He drew the flyer, so it's cool. Conmen didn't play, which is a real bummer. But this show ruled. Middle East upstairs for those for those locals. A real small venue. Packed out, sold out, completely sold out. Every band ruled. Let's go over them real quick. So Conmen didn't play, but Lions Law, the Royal Hounds, Please Die from Philly played, and then Last Rites. Great time. And then you got the stamp labels here. It says Royal Hounds NYC. God bless. Yeah, see, God bless the Royal Hounds Test Press. Oi the Boat number 62. Contra Records number 310, side A 45, and then the B side's blank. So what you get here is just an Oi and Roll, I believe, Oi punk rock and roll record. I actually never looked these guys up beforehand. I remember seeing these records were going to be for sale. Very shortly before the show, they announced that they're going to have these, like 34 of them, and like I got number 9. These sold out at the show. But I knew that was Andy Fletcher artwork, so I was stoked. I knew I'd probably end up buying it anyways. And I actually dug them. Great live band. Even better on record. Definitely, that Oi. I hate saying Oi and Roll because it sounds corny. It's just Oi music. Good Oi music. And they're out of New York. And they're just kind of kicking off. Like I said, this record's now out. Officially, you can pre-order it. And they're doing a tour. I think it starts maybe tomorrow. Today's the 31st of July, so maybe this weekend it starts. But look them up. You dig that stuff. But then again, it's a Royal Hounds. It's not that weird. There's like a weird like swing Royal Hounds or like greaser rock and roll Royal Hounds. It's not them. This is the Oi Royal Hounds. This is the one you want. Next, I have the Mighty Think I Care. So these guys were around in the early 2Ks to the 2010s. I can't remember when they broke up. But right here, this came out in 2015 on Painkiller. And this is just a collection of all the 7-inch EPs they put out. It's a 7-inch EPs, a comp track, and an unreleased song. So you got black vinyl to cover the cover of the EPs. So you get the insert here, which is it's basically just represses of the inserts of the 2 EPs. And you get the live shot here, and there's some familiar faces there if you're a hardcore kid from Boston or dig Boston hardcore. There's multiple familiar faces in that photo, so I'll leave that for you to figure out. Zoom in there, but that's great fun. Wow, look at youth, man. Back here again, some more Boston hardcore local faces here on the back of the A and B. I dig the silver Ella, Get It Away. Alias, Get It Away. It looks like the back, Get It Away. So side A is the Draw the Lines EP. Side B is just the self-titled and the extras. You got an SSD Control cover on here. They cover Get It Away. How ironic. Painkiller logo, so you know it's good. So these guys were from Western Mass, an area that they called Toy Town. They played Boston a lot, and they put out a bunch of stuff. Bridge 9, they're on many different labels. Manic Ride. Lots of basements, lots of VFW halls I saw them in. And they played more of a, I don't want to mislead anyone who might have never heard them, but it's definitely a harder, it's like a power violency hardcore, but it's not completely off the rails. It's hard, it's heavy, it's brutal. And I know this band gets their love from Boston. I think they got it outside, and I really hope they don't get washed away to time, because they were a great band. They did a lot and played a lot. And guys went on to be in other bands. They played out a couple of years ago. Was it maybe this last? I think it was a couple of years ago, the reunion. This is the Think I Care. Just, I don't want to say discography. It's just 2 7-inches, a comp track, and a unreleased tune. And you can get this easily. Death Wish now carries Think I Care. Carries Painkiller stuff. They might have it. Find it in distro, but if you see this, grab it, 'cause it's worth it, because a little slice of early 2000s Massachusetts goodness that everyone might have. Everyone should have. I don't think the 7 inches are readily, I mean, I don't think they're really expensive. I just don't think you see them pop up that much. I'm a hunter. You can probably get anything on the internet, but you won't be flipping through a used bin and find them. Most likely probably not outside the Northeast, I feel like, but great band, great stuff, but that's the Think I Care early discography. Western Mass Hardcore. Alright, next thing you have here is, I got this out of the Bridge 9 warehouse grab they did a while ago. This is Mother of Mercy, Symptoms of Existence. So these guys are a Pennsylvania hardcore band. This came out on Bridge 9 in 2011. So you just got an insert here with the lyrics. The lyrics here. It's on gray vinyl, gray splatter. Just the Bridge 9 logo right there. The center label here. I really dig this art on the back. I never saw these guys. I completely missed these guys. It's just my ignorance and laziness. But this is a heavier hardcore, little breakdown based hardcore. Not super tough guy Judd, but there's definitely some breakdowns in here. But I'll say that lyrically, it's a darker tinge lyrically. It's not the generic boring lyrics you hear usually when you get a heavier band. It's pretty. They kind of fall. Sometimes they fall into a crevice of repeating themselves a little bit. This definitely doesn't. This is some hard stuff. You can mosh hard to this. Read the lyrics though. It's not just like bro, you know, like mosh hard, you know, wear a cool shirt and stage dive and get on a video. But it's some heavy shit on here. But this is a band, I think this is all they really did. They might have done a couple other things. But this is a band I never heard of. Got it for free in a grab bag. Dug it. It's now going to be filed into the collection. I'll pull it out on occasion. But that's Mother of Mercy. Pennsylvania. What did I write here? Driving hardcore with breakdown, lyrically a little darker than more common hardcore. Again, Jason Deep Thoughts. But that's Mother of Mercy, Symptoms of Existence. Check it out. Some of these are popping up because they were in a lot of the grab bags that Bridge 9 did a few months ago. So if you see it, definitely check it out. I love the art on it too. I love that. That's what I love about grab bags. Is sometimes like I'm just straight ignorant, not in a bad way. It's not like I don't want to hear shit. I'm just lazy. And then, you know, so much shit comes out and it gets lost in the mix. But I have another thing here from the grab bag here. This is the Violent Sons LP, Nothing As It Seems. Another Bridge 9 release. I believe, what year was this one? This was 2014 out of Rhode Island. Member of Verse. Singer sings on this. White vinyl. Custom labels, the Bridge 9 logo. Get your lyric sheet on the back here. So this is like kind of like an experimental hardcore. If you dig Verse, you'll dig this. Very political, very heavy lyrics. Assimilate into the rules that were assigned. It takes a tragedy to understand it's us against them. A step forward is a step closer to the end. Disappeared bodies from a state of descent. It's us against them. No tranquility, no justice. Just a race for power and the means to destroy all of us. And there's like, you know, a lot more. Can't clean the dirty wars, can't see the drones. The world is a battlefield. No more self-righteous explanations of war. It's just the murder of innocents. It's us against them. No tranquility, no justice. Just a race for power and the means to destroy all of us. Can't clean the dirty wars, can't see the drones. The world is a battlefield. An administration lies, war crimes and genocide. Overreaching military might with no end in sight. When a child runs to comfort his dying mother. When a crowd runs to the ruins of a home for cover, it's us against them. So that's pretty much what you're going to hear on this. Very political, very heavy, very not depressing, but you know, life sucks, and this is telling you life sucks. And you need to. This band, 2014, this band I think is more so ever so prevalent in 2019. And this again, just like the Mother of Mercy record, Mothers. This was a record I saw this art, I saw it, I just never got it, I never picked it up, and I'm glad it was in that box. A lot of people complain about these boxes. I dig it. I complain when I get something I already have. I dig it when I get stuff I didn't. I spin it and listen to it. I'm a hardcore kid. I like hardcore. Not all of it, but I like hardcore. I give everything a listen. If I get extras and stuff I don't like, I give it away. I have some extras right there that will eventually be given away. But that's Violent Sons. Nothing As It Seems. Check it out, Rhode Island. Bridge 9. Get into it. The next thing here, I have another blind buy. This is a band called Adult Crash out of California. I believe Chula Vista. Am I saying that right? I'm an East Coast guy. But this is Unfinished Business, which is funny because the new Death Before Dishonor, which came out 4 days ago, has the same thing. But this is a one-sided 7 LP, 3 or 4 songs. It's on Standards Records. I didn't really bother to look up who's in this band. I don't know if it's it says San Diego. Powerful hardcore. I'm going to say that because it's got an exclamation point. Hard-hitting mid-pace hardcore from these San Diego veterans. A must for fans of SSD Control, Blast, and Agnostic Front. I didn't really think those bands were as fitting as they say. I mean, it was good, but I think a little more put together, a little more produced than those. And these guys actually play a little better than those guys, but don't tell anyone. So those are 3 bands I absolutely fucking love. $2.99 I bought it. I wanted to check it out. So it's one-sided. I was packed with shit. Shot there. It's all Crash Center label. Is there anything on the B-side? No, it's just a blank B-side. But this came with an insert. If anyone knows who these guys are, again, I just failed to do research, so I don't know if they're in other bands. It says Scene Vets, so I'm gonna assume a little vinyl sticker. And a little poster, 5 song coming soon. It's already out. Got it. We're talking about it. I dug this. I mean, like, again, it was a $2.99, a $2.99 kind of spec buy because I saw it and I'm like, hey, it's $3. If it stinks, I'll find someone who likes it, or I'll just move it down the road. I didn't think it stunk, but it definitely does, like stated on the cover. It definitely does have. There's a download code in there too. It definitely does have that early sound of, like, AF or SSD, but it's way more. The modern twist is more into it. It's not a carbon copy of the early '80s sound. It's definitely, and these guys I think could, like I said, are a little bit more better musicians than what those guys were at the time that stuff was recorded. But a $2.99 record, can't lose. Of course, I'm going to post a link down below so you guys can check it out and judge for yourself and tell me that I should never listen to this and I don't know what I'm talking about and whatever. But that's a Adult Crash, Unfinished Business. And then the last record we have is again another completely Jason blind buy. This band called Outlook. Our Time Is Now. This doesn't have an insert in it. This was also $3.99. This is another just. I looked at it and I go, all right, cool. Record title, name of the band, the way the logo's drawn, the 3 photos. This is a youth crew hardcore band with political leanings. And guess what? Even though I can't read the lyrics, it's a youth crew hardcore band with political leanings, which I'm into. Also, I noticed a singer who, I believe it's a female singer, and the guitar player are both wearing the same shirt. So I don't know if it's the same show here, but it's for it's an SSD rip-out shirt for New Direction Fest. With a rip-off of the SSD, kids will have their save front, which again caught my eye. This is me being like, I had to kill time at the mall, and there's a Newbury Comics there in Kingston, Mass. So I saw this and I was like, all right, like I said, name, font on name, record title, photos, SSD rip-off shirt for a fest, song titles, Our Time Is Now, All the Years, Living for More, Not in My Name, Moving On, Dead Peasants, Release, Gilded Cage, All There Is, Our Choice. I'm like, this is a hardcore. I gotta listen to this. And it's exactly what I thought. I wish the lyric sheet was in there. I don't know if it came with one. This was clearly someone, unloaded because they didn't want it anymore. But this is Outlook. Our Time Is Now. If you dig hardcore, politically based hardcore, listen to Violent Sons, then listen to this. Then come back, tell me your opinion. Call me a cuck or whatever. Snowflake. Tell me I should melt or whatever that means. All right, I'm done. That's it for today. That was quick. We got a couple more minutes, so I'm going to hit you with some real quick stuff. I went to This Is Hardcore this past weekend in Philadelphia. Bought a bunch of shit. Expect that video in like 9 months from now. Maybe next year by the time This Is Hardcore happens again, I'll have my shit ready. No, I'll do it faster than that. Seeing Iron Maiden tomorrow. I'm seeing Torch on Saturday. Games, Stigmatism, and Drop Dead are coming up in a couple weeks. New Lows. Antagonize, Pummel, Vantage Point. Maniac is playing at the end of August. Ceremony's coming to town. Of course, for those in the know, those Infest Converge shows are sold out. I have tickets to both Friday and Saturday. So, Moonman, Brother, Drop Dead, Peace Test, Burden, and I believe I'm forgetting one. If I forgot you, I'm so sorry. I'm spacing. I believe that's. But it's like, it's Friday night here, Saturday night in Providence. Going to be sick. Stiff Little Fingers are coming, and they're going to play Inflammable Material, except the Answer Machine song, which I'm bummed because I actually like that song, even though it's weird. But that's all I got. I've been going to a lot of shows. Got a lot of shows coming up. Got a lot of responsibilities coming up. Expect a ton of videos coming because pretty soon I'm going to have to not be out and about as much. I'm going to be home for a little bit. But I have tons of records, tons of videos, tons of things working on. And new subscribers, thank you for coming. I believe I saw a little boost in views and videos. So if anyone's sharing, thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. Please leave me a comment or like. I mean, leave me a dislike. But if you leave me a dislike, tell me, man. Tell me why you don't like me. I'm up all night thinking about it. But anyways, I'm out. Thanks for watching.